Hi, in this last little intro to Illustrator activity, what we are going to do is we are going to work on an image trace and learn how to do that. So in order to do that, we need to open up our document. So we're going to go to File and Open. And you should have downloaded this file from Classroom. We're going to choose tracing.ai and hit Open. And there we go. We have our document open. What we are going to do is we are going to kind of combine these two images. We're going to take part of this drawing here, this robot head, and place it into this little gear icon over here on the right-hand side. So that's where we're going with this. In order to see everything a little bit better, I'm just going to go to View and Fit All in Window so that everything's sized a little bit better and I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to click on my image on the left-hand side using my selection tool. So I just click on that. When I do that, I should see my image trace option pop up here. I have this little arrow right here to the right of my image trace button. And when I click on that, I see my presets for my image trace. And you can experiment with that a little bit, like if you want to choose 3 colors, what the results are from that. I'm just going to undo that so we can try a different one. Let's choose line art and see what happens there. That doesn't turn out with such a good result, right? So sometimes this takes a little bit of experimentation. I've done this one before, believe it or not, so I know that what I like the best, what I think turns out the best is the black and white logo option for this one. This definitely would not be the case, probably for a different project, but for this one, it works right. Okay, so now all I need to do is hit this expand button, and we'll talk a lot more about what that actually did in the future. For this project, we don't really need to get into that, but like I said, we will eventually. Okay, I'm going to choose my lasso tool. My lasso tool works pretty much the same way as it does in Photoshop. It just looks a little bit different over here in my toolbar. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to select this robot head. My mouse here makes a really rough selection. But it does the job, right? So that did what I needed it to do. What I did was I just selected the robot head and I left all of these other miscellaneous pieces of this drawing. I don't need those for this one. Now that I have that selected, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. So I could do that in a couple of different ways. I could hit Control C on my keyboard to copy it and Control V as in Victor to paste it. Or I can come up here and choose Edit, Copy, and then Edit and paste, and now I have a copy of that. I'm going to go ahead and choose my selection tool. I will select this and I will just drag it over into the right spot, and I just want it on top of that little blue gear. That's in the right spot. And now I'm just going to resize this, so I'm going to size it down just a little bit. Yours might actually appear so that you don't see this white area that is kind of the robot's face. If that's the case, if you just see this as the blue of the gear, that's fine too, so don't worry about that. So that's about the size and the placement that I want, and actually that is all that we need to do for this project. So now you just learned how to do an image trace, which is super helpful, and we will use that just a number of different times. All right, so all you need to do now for this is go to File and Save As. Save this as a PDF, so name it first name, last name, trace, as an image trace, PDF, and submit that in Classroom.